overwrite in your phone. Now, when you install the memory, it goes only one direction. The connections, you're going to see upside down, right? That's the length. You're going to install this way. That's the memory card, and you're going to push it down. Now, very important, when you need to remove the camera for review the video, use this to remove it because you're going to push it all the way down. So real slow, press it and remove the memory out. To reset, it requires takes maybe about 5 seconds. We're going to reset it right from here. So we set the length right there, and microphone and the night vision, and 2 charges right there. Now, to turn on the camera, it's pretty simple. We're going to press this button right on the side. And when you press it, you wait a second, you see a red light first come out. When you charge it too, it will be a red light. And now we see, after maybe maybe 5 seconds, we see that green light blinking. What that means, it means required to be synchronized for the first time. No network, no connection, no anything. Next step, this is the best way you're going to install these type of cameras. Go on your network. If you have data, turn your data off. I need to force something. So I have a 5 GHz network. I'm going to forget my 5 GHz network. I'm going to say, you know what? I don't want to know anything about my network anymore. Click there. Forget. See, that what happened. Now at this point, there's no more internet in my phone because there is no connection. I already forget all my connections. And why I have to do this, and this tends to happen in my phone, and all the phones I've been trying this type of camera. If you connect to the camera to configure the camera for the first time, you're going to create what they call a local network between this camera and your phone. What's going to happen is there is no internet connection by default. So after maybe 30 seconds, and if you things didn't do as fast enough, your phone automatic will switch back again to 5 GHz. And then in the middle of configuring the camera, you're going to get an error. And this is why this thing is not working. That's because your phone automatic tends to search again for internet connection. That's automatic say. So if you have 3 or 4 network connections and you are all preset and they're all in the same location, we'll go to the next and next and next until finds a good connection. So right now I have no connection at all. So I'm going to force to connect to the camera only. You do this only one time. Only one time requires to do this. So automatically we see now the UR and we see the strength and numbers. That's the camera. I just press there and now the cameras connect. So now it's going to be, I don't care, 24 hours, whatever the time I leave this, it always get connected there. So no internet connection. So my phone is not going to fall to the next network. We need to scan this. Now you start your application. This is a good way and it guarantees always be able to connect the cameras. So now we click the plus, QR code, scan. Perfect. Camera, you can call anything else if you want. The serial number of the camera, 1, 2, 3. Save. Camera's online. We can see there. Eventually will be a picture there, right? We will see something in a minute. So it's connected. But now, sure, I'm connected here. I need to connect it to the network. I want this camera to connect to my router 24 hours a day. Simple. We're going to click the wheel. And we see here Wi-Fi setting. Click Wi-Fi setting. And we see there retrieving. See, now it says disconnect. Fine, that's what I want. We see that. Manage Wi-Fi. Now search for your own Wi-Fi. Remember, 2.4 only. All these cameras are 2.4. I see mine. Media Box ENT network. Click on it. See, I'm going to accept the password of my own network. So I'm okay. Press OK. So now it's going to get a message saying, wait for the Wi-Fi connection. Okay, so what happened now, the camera is being updated. So the camera now is connected to my router all the time. How about my phone now? Okay, I go back, enter on, go into my network connection, Wi-Fi connection, and now I need to add the network back again. So I'm going to go back and add my 5 GHz network like always. Now connect. You control the data. If you have 2.4, you can connect to all the networks you want. Right now, that's that. I don't need to do that anymore. You do this one time. Go back to the application. Now, as you see, we have the real-time screen. Simple. The first, do you see the light bulb right there? That's to turn off the little green light that's blinking. The second one is to turn on the night vision. You can change the location of the camera. You can rotate the camera. We have a smooth SD, HD, and FHD. So we have a definitely 1080 here. Microphone. So the camera has a mic. So let's go and let's do this way. Hello, 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 hello. See, no speaker, by the way. There's no speaker here. So I can be able to listen whatever the camera is getting to it. We can go full screen. You guys can see me somewhere there. Yeah, it has a good resolution right there. Yeah, we see. Let's go back. And one little configuration from here, and we're done. Let's click the wheel. And Wi-Fi setting, we don't need to touch that anymore. Alarm settings, maximum. You need to set it. If you have pet at home, maybe a dog, maybe you want to set the medium. You want to see if the dog or your pet will turn on the camera, right? The motion sensor of the camera. But right now I'm going to turn it off. Let's go back. And other settings, security code, that's the time to change it. You make sure you change your password, not leave it 123 by default. Change your time zone, whatever you are. Synchronize it for the first time with your phone, time-wise, and then the camera will keep time by itself after that. Record full time, alarm, or off. So if you want to set on all the time, it will record the time, and when the memory is full, we'll go back and delete it. Or if you want to record an alarm, we'll turn on in the alarm version. Remember, if you record, depends on what you record, it's going to use more memory. So if you record HD or if you record just more, I guess it will less. It will give you more hours worth of video. Or record an alarm. So when somebody pass by, they will record and after a minute, will turn off and record back again. If you set the motion sensor, it will actually send you a message on your phone. Or if you want, you come back and review the video. So for my case, yeah, I'm going to leave it all the time. From here, you can format your video, your memory card. Remember, if you want to review videos, you will have to install a memory card. But if you want a live feed without recording, you can do that too. And you can record right over here. You can take a picture or record, and will record on your phone. Now, if you put a memory, then it will record right on your camera, and at the same time will record right over here. It works good. If you saw it, I did this technically real time to install this camera. The secret of this is remove all your network and leave only the camera, because I'm not sure all the phones will do that, but a lot of the phones I've been trying, if they don't see an internet connection, when you do the setup, will automatically switch back to the next. It will automatically switch to the next network, and you just going crazy trying to figure out why the camera is not getting installed. At this point, my phone is working. I can turn my phone off, and this camera will keep recording. If I want to bring it somewhere else, there is no network. As long as this is on, it will record. If you want to put this in your car, it will record as well. Put the magnetic thing, put it in your car, it will record. Then when you come home, take the memory and plug it in your computer. If one is on, it will always record, network or not network. As long as you configure this for the first time, and it's done. Just using the camera to record, so you guys can compare the quality of the camera. And my next section, or the next part now, I'm going to show you the night vision. All right, so let's go to the night vision setting now. All right, so I want to show you the difference with the night vision. Right now, the room is practically dark. There's no light at all, minimum from my keyboard lighting. You see, I'm going to activate the night vision. And perfect, it has a powerful night vision, as you see there. So you guys can compare now and see how this thing works on a night vision.
Cam, it's a little battery operated thing, a little tiny thing, as you can see. And I'm going to kind of try to go through some of my thoughts and the process I used to get it hooked up. So the first thing, I turned it on. You can see the on switch is over here, right? Just a little flip switch. And the blue light turns on here. Now I'm going to reset it because I'm going to go through the setup process. So you hear that gratifying little click, and that's resetting it, and it's blinking. Okay, so it is ready for pairing. Okay, so here we are in the app, and I'm going to do exactly what it says. Now I've already hit the reset button for a few seconds. The device is reset and it's blinking and it's waiting for me. So I'm gonna say, add the camera. I'm gonna add through the Wi-Fi connection. Now it says here, wait 20 seconds until you hear a two-tone sequence. When I first set up the device, I tried to do it without looking even at the manual cover. And it is very, very simple to set up, but you do need to read the manual. And in the manual, you'll find out that this device is not equipped with a speaker. It's not equipped with sound feedback. So you are not going to get that two-tone sequence that it's talking about. So all you gotta do, you press I heard the beep, and you click next. You enter in your Wi-Fi information, super secret, don't tell anybody. And then we're gonna hit next. Okay, so just preparing the camera, holding it in my hand, and we hit next.
Please face
Now
the
we've
QR
got
code
this
towards the camera lens
QR code.
and wait for it to scan.
Again, because you're not going to hear I heard waiting to connect, it's going to be a little bit more tricky. So all I'm doing, I have no idea. It may have only taken a couple seconds, but because I don't get the feedback, I'm just going to bring it back and forth and let it hear that tone. And then I just click I heard the tone. I'm lying. Takes a little bit of a leap of faith in this case because you don't get the feedback, Indiana Jones style. So you just need to give it a pause, tell it to proceed, and it will do its thing. And again, in my experience, once I knew that little trick that it doesn't give any sound, it sets right up. It's really not a problem. And I've set it up on a couple different networks, on a couple of different routers. I set it up on an Eero router. I set it up on some older Airport Extremes, and it's worked fine in all the cases. It does take a while to connect. It takes a good solid couple of minutes. Which is fine. That's really not a big deal in the long run. You know, they call it a spy cam. I'm not really using it for that purpose. So it's not like I got to run out and catch someone. In general, even if you were using this as a spy cam, you'd be setting it up beforehand anyway. So the setup really is quite short. It's very straightforward. And honestly, it's what we've all kind of come to expect in modern cameras. There's a QR code. There's that encoded kind of sound sequence that plays, and there is sound feedback from the phone. There just isn't from the device itself. So it's completing the setup, and once it's done, it's going to say, yeah, got it all set up, you're good to go. And I'll give you a sample of what the video itself looks like. No, I think it's a great little device. The orientation is with the power headed up. So this is what it looks like when it's in the correct orientation. And aside from that, you've got this little light. I'm still getting used to all the features, so I don't know if that's something that you can turn off if you want to go incognito a little bit more. Again, I'm not using it for that sort of purpose, so I don't care about it, but it is tiny. It is tiny, and you can see here, I have it on a cutting mat, and these are inches. So it's just about, say 3/4 of an inch at the bottom, and it flares out to like 1 1/16 at the top, or 1 1/8 inches, which is great. And it's basically a little cube.